So if you're having thoughts of buying a house in the near future, this year in 2022, you absolutely are not alone. And you probably have a lot of the same questions that a lot of other people have as well. The recent spikes in buyer demand over the last few months, and especially in earnest over the last few weeks, we can talk about the reasons for that if you like, are a very real thing. And that's not just an aggregate number, that's a very real thing for a lot of different people. And the questions that I imagine you have kind of are, how do I get started? What kind of costs are involved? How do I win in these crazy bidding wars? How do I get listing agent and seller attention? What happens after the property goes into escrow? Just to name a couple of key questions that I would be asking if I were you. And in today's fake it till you make it, hustle culture driven online presence that it's not just unique to this industry, but all over, where most of the agent videos I imagine you see are like tip, 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 tip. That's garbage. I don't fall for that. You shouldn't either. So actually, to make things a little easier for you, this week put together an awesome piece of content about some of the common questions, answers to those questions. It can actually go a step further of giving you actually our marketing collateral, our process collateral that I highly recommend checking out. SaltLakeRealtyGroup.com/buy. That's BUY, like you're buying things. Highly recommend checking out our exact execution, exactly what we do, things that your agent, even if you're not here local in Salt Lake City, can and should and possibly should consider doing for you. But first steps in buying a house, very, very basic. Get pre-approved. The lender you work with, the lender you choose matters. Who you work with matters. Same with the agent that you choose. Not all agents are the same. Just like prices vary, so do agents. Lenders and agents are not a ubiquitous commodity that are the same across the board. So highly recommend interviewing people closely before even getting started on the searching for a house, and ultimately getting into the discussion of the tactics of how to beat other offers, other buyers that want the same thing, want that house that you love, are very serious, probably have already swung and missed multiple times. How do you beat them? That is a little bit of a process. There are a lot of tricks that we use here very, very successfully. So happy to go over those with you if you'd like. And also at that collateral that I mentioned, you can check out some of the cool stuff that we're doing. Also the costs that are associated, that's a good question to ask with buying a house, ranging from your financing costs, your title costs, your agent costs, which traditionally buyer's agency, is paid by sellers. Just a heads up, something to consider. There has been significant buyer's agent commission compression in the last 24 months and even before that. So some of the better agents out there, and just some of the lackluster ones too, are charging some extra on top of that, which if you hire a good agent, I would argue you probably should say that's like the greatest deal ever, the limited amount that they're conditionally charging you. But that's just my opinion. Happy to walk you through that if you'd like. And of course, main question these days, the question I get all the time, what are the tactics and speed required for actually successfully getting a house into contract these days? Anyways, highly encourage you to look at both of those pieces. And as always, anything that I can do to help you, you just feel free to reach out.